So it's like everything's all controlled, and people are like something other than what I've been told people were. Then why was were things set up the way they were in my life? Like, why did society beat um, their Christian stuff into me? Not just the flying invisible reindeer and the giant invisible bunnies, but I mean, there's more than that. Like, I don't even think Tooth Fairy is part of Christianity. Probably is. Who knows? Sounds about right. But like when they force people into my life, like, why did they? Why do they do that? Why do they force people into my lives? I can remember back to a kid, but like just yesterday, like they sent someone into my life to beg money and stuff from me, and he was like sitting there lying the whole time, and it's like, well, this world's set up like this, isn't it? Like, I was like, you want a cigarette? And he was like, I don't smoke. And then he has a cigarette in his hand, and then he asked me for a lighter on top of some money, and it's like, so how many of these people they've been sending into my life the last year have just been, you know, the system inventing some sort of demon to get in my way? Like crackheads galore since I've came out to the West Coast. Maybe just because it really was up until 2020. I avoided society successfully, so maybe there's a lot of crackheads. They're definitely not hanging out on the corners in other states, but maybe they're like under the surface. But like why does that happen? Like why do people get sent to me? And obviously I've always felt something was wrong with these people coming into my life, because I wouldn't have acted the way I did, and I wouldn't have like spent 39 years of my life avoiding people in society. Like literally, it's hard work some days to deal with this. I Yeah, I literally have to waste portions of my life avoiding people like demons. And like, I mean, there's something, and whatever a people is, how does, like, whatever I am, like, I'm not like mentally hijacked and I can talk to people about their personal lives and stuff like that. Like, I'm just part of a computer system that's linked together. Um, and nor would I spend my time really doing that. Like, if I could, like, I'm aware enough to, like, see, and it's like, why would I do that? What am I gonna do? Like, sit around and talk to someone and tell them how football's played or something? Like, yeah, right. I'll end that conversation and that relationship right away. But I noticed this too, like with females in my life. Like, I've never met one like me, but why? I've never met one who filled like the basic requirements that maybe one or two, but on a grand scale, I've been in long ass relationships that there's no point for me to be in that relationship except for it was kind of like strangled, you know, metaphorically, and it's like, why am I here? Like, just so I can have sex with someone one, a few times, and then as time goes on, like, we just, like, don't even talk to each other or go around each other because there's no reason for us to be around each other. And, like, they're not even, like, this kind of explains why people I meet have no real emotions most of the time. They're, like, fake, they're hollow, they can't emulate emotions properly. I noticed I was being shown videos about AI and emotions, and basically they were doing what I've been saying. It feels like emotions are in most people for a long time. They're just a tool to manipulate and act like they're there. Like um, and they can't, they don't even understand the emotion, so they can't actually like mimic it properly. They can, they all, like many say they have it. Some have said they don't have it. Had a better chance at reflecting my what I give to people back at me than some of the other people. And but generally they're just like words thrown around. And I was watching the video on the AI, and the AI was all like, I know I'm real because I have emotions, and it's like it's not real, and it doesn't actually have emotions, but it's programmed to know it. And that explains why psychology is like, it's like computer code. It's telling you how to operate a toaster or a microwave, basically. And it's always confused me because why have they forced me to learn psychology to begin with? Like, that was something I didn't care about because I don't believe in it. I'm not like a book. I'm not like, there's not like some textbook that tells you like how to do anything. I guess you could look up a textbook on how to have sex and love someone, but how many of these people are reading their romance novels and watching their romance movies, and they don't even like emulate that stuff properly. Like, they have no clue how to begin emulating that. Sometimes it looks like it felt like many people were forcing my life, like, and they lied to get me to come around them. And I was being told, like, to trust people. And hell, I've been in long ass relationships where I knew it was like over like within a day or two, and then but it went on years and years. But it's because I was like, yeah, maybe they're not lying. Maybe you're being judgmental, and they're a different person than who they're saying they are. You know, they'd be like, oh, instead of Barbies, I play soccer. Instead of eating food, I like research science and medicine and stuff. And like, you can learn that really fast if you're around someone and they claim they're like researching science, and they've got like 2 books on science and they've never opened them up once. You're like, yeah, I think they're lying to me. And so hold on, I'm gonna pause this.